Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for sparing your own time out to check out my thoughts on The Monkey, which this is going to be a bit of a different review if you're brand new here to the channel. Every now and then when it comes to a horror movie in particular, I have my partner Emma join me, and she is going to join me for this collaboration as we have two different thoughts as we've just gotten out of the cinema from seeing The Monkey. So this is directed by Ozgood Perkins. If you don't know who this guy is, he directed Longlegs. And if you don't know my review of Longlegs, I hated that movie. So going into The Monkey, I absolutely kind of wasn't really looking forward to this one, especially from this director, because it is based on a 1980 short story by Stephen King. Theo James plays Hal and Bill Sherburne. Basically, it's around these two twin brothers whose life is turned upside down when they come across this monkey that causes random and horrific deaths. What I can say that Theo James, when he plays the adult versions of these characters, I think for what he's given, he does a good enough job. He is able to separate the two identities and give these two characters two different personalities, which are really, really integral and important when you're introduced to these cast members and characters and where they're at in the later stages of their lives. Because the good part of this movie is right at the beginning, it focuses a little bit on the childhood of these two characters, where in some movies, my common gripe a lot of the time is I wish we had more time to spend with the kind of children aspect and the younger versions, so we get some more context for when they turn into the adulthood when we do a time skip. And The Monkey definitely does provide some of that, so I applaud it where it is essential. The kills and the deaths are fun, they're very gory, they're very graphic at times as well. There was times where the comedy for me, I did have some good chuckles, and the monkey character itself is just very cute. I know it's meant to be very horrific and kind of menacing, but for me, I was like, it's just adorable, and that might be a little bit sadistic to say, I guess, but I really like the design. I think the soundtrack, the music also worked well for what the movie was given, although I guess you could say it sometimes there was certain numbers that maybe didn't fit too well, because at first we're going into like the 90s where we go into the kind of childhood part, then we skip towards 25 years later, kind of more into modern time, but they're still playing very old music, so I guess some people might say that doesn't fit too well, but for me, I didn't actually personally mind it. Now, where my negatives come into play is this movie is marketed as a horror comedy, right? I completely get that, but the comedy didn't fully work for me. There was elements I felt the comedy was too forced. They kind of go off the rails with that humor where every joke doesn't land. There was a lot of times the humor fell flat for me, unfortunately, and when that happened, I was just taken out of this movie, the premise and what was supposed to be seriousness to an extent of this subject matter with this monkey being menacing, causing these horrific deaths. They undercut it with just trying to give us a laugh per minute, and there was times, as I say, I had genuine chuckles, but then there was times I was kind of just rolling my eyes and being like, this line doesn't really land. We need to really add this more humour in here, where we could have had maybe a bit more character context, a bit more backstories to our characters, and a little bit more development to give us a really solid narrative, but instead it's been undercut. So my overall score would be a 2.5 3 stars out of 5. But let me head it over to Emma, and I'll catch you guys at the end.
Hi guys, it's Emma. Sorry I look so busted. I only wanted to come on here because I absolutely love this movie. So we just got out of the cinema from seeing The Monkey, and I had the best time I've had in the cinema in a long time. Mike said it was okay. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was so good, so original, really campy. And what I liked about it, it felt very introductionary horror. So I would show that quite happily to my nephew who's 14, knowing that he's not going to be traumatized. It's nothing scary that's out to get him. It's nothing that's going to hurt him. It's just a schlocky, fun, campy time. Very reminiscent of Goosebumps. I thought it was a really great movie. I think it was really well acted by the kids who were in the movie as well. And the main character, the main actor, he was great. It was given very much Tom Hardy in Legends, like in playing him and his twin brother. The twin brother was just so silly and, I don't know, so self-centered, and I felt so... For all it was a silly movie, it felt very real, it felt very hearty, and I just think it'll be a movie that I would want to watch time and time again. And I'm already looking at trying to buy one of the little monkeys. So some of the deaths in there are just so original, so funny. There's parts where they'll line up a joke one point in the movie and you just think, oh, it's just a funny joke, like laughing. And then about like an hour later in the movie, that setup of a joke finally has its punchline, which I thought was so clever. I thought it was a really clever way to tell a story, tell jokes. I laughed really hard through it. I mean, there's some cheerleaders that are there like, "Where they're bringing out a body." That is so funny. Like, you don't need to like have these really intellectual jokes to make them land. It was just funny. It was gory, and I had the best time. So 4.5 stars out of 5. Thank you so much for listening. Please check it out. I think this movie should do really well. And I think everyone should be proud of themselves who were part of it. And I can't wait to watch it again. Right, thanks guys. Bye.
So I hope you enjoyed Emma's thoughts. She gave a really great take as to why she really enjoyed this movie. And it's just nice that we're on different end of the opinions. So I definitely would invite you guys in the comment section to leave your thoughts below. Let me know if you agree with me or you agree more with Emma. And I definitely think this is going to be a movie that depends on your personality and your tastes, whether you're going to really walk away this one and be like, wow, this was a great movie, 4 or 5 stars, or actually if you're like me and kind of like like more so in the middle. But let me know down below. Also, I want to give a shout out to all my awesome patrons who help to support the channel. Please feel free to join Patreon today from only £2 per month. Link is down below in the description box. Now in the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine, we'll click over here, have a bit of a deep dive. Till next time I see you guys, I'll be seeing you later. Hey everyone, welcome to the...
Hey guys, how's it going? No.